In October 2011, the Center for Disease Control says that 17% of America's youth are obese, and 1 out of 3 kids are overweight or obese. Childhood obesity is a growing concern for the youth of our nation. The number of overweight and obese children is growing each year. Kids are more sedentary than ever. This is due to video games and TV time. As a mom, I want to be a positive role model for my children. Since childhood obesity is a very real problem for the youth of our nation, and many people do not think childhood obesity is a cause for concern, I would like you to be aware of the real dangers of obesity and know the contributing factors. First, let me talk about genetics. Many would say that genetics is the largest factor that contributes to childhood obesity, and that no matter what we do, if our genes are overweight, we will be overweight too. My viewpoint is that our eating habits and lifestyle choices are the most important factor in dealing with childhood obesity. The American Heart Association has a list for parents to help them teach their children healthy eating habits. They say, be a good role model to your children. You don't need to be perfect, but be a good example. Eat with your kids. Make your meals at home. Make a game out of reading food labels and exercise together as a family. These things are more important than our genes. Next, let me discuss our food habits. The opposing view would say that food is to blame. David Zinczenko in Don't Blame the Eater, in his article in 2010, says that fast food is to blame for our obesity epidemic. He says that fast food advertises to children, and that fast food is too accessible to teenagers especially, and often overworked parents use fast food to ease the mealtime burden. While others would argue that school lunch are to blame for our schools are making our kids fat by feeding them non-nutritious foods to lower their cost. My viewpoint is that parents are responsible for what their children eat. It is the parents' responsibility to teach their children good food choices. This is very important because children that are obese grow up to be obese. The American Heart Association in 2010 states that the risks of obesity in general are diabetes, heart disease, and also poor self-esteem. So this poses a question. What can parents do? Well, kidshealth.org in 2010 says that parents and families need to make slow, steady changes. Don't use food as a reward. Don't eliminate all junk food. This was surprising to me. Grow a family garden. Eat meals together. Today, I have presented my viewpoint and the opposing viewpoint on childhood obesity. We have discussed how genetics, food choices, and our activity habits contribute to our nation's obesity epidemic. We can't blame video games or the fast food industry or our schools. Parents need to educate their children how to make good lifestyle choices.